this is Dr. Duckham again of VINO MD. In any event, I'm able to talk today about my favorite wine, or one of my favorite wines, and it is a late harvest. I love late harvest because I like sour and I like sweet, and I like them at the same time. So the cool thing about a late harvest is if it's made right and if it's aged right, it has this wonderful sweet caramel-like flavor on the one hand, finishing with this nice sour taste that makes you want to smack your lips on the other hand. So I've got before me a Navarro. Navarro is one of the better late harvests, and it is in California, in the lovely Mendocino area in Anderson Valley. And after you age a late harvest for a while, it changes from its typical yellow, boring color into more like this, where it gets a little darker brown. And then when you age it, this happens to be a 2006, and then when you age it even longer, this one was from the Professional Wine Society from Chuck Easley, who's now at La Rochelle Winery, and is almost black and dark brown. So this is from 2000, and it's in Enniskillen. It's a Canadian wine, which brings us talking about who makes these wines. In America, they're usually called late harvest, and they're usually made from a Riesling grape, or oftentimes also from a Gewürztraminer, which are these two wines right here. In Germany, they're made in and called ice wine or Trockenbeerenauslesen, and they're also usually made from Riesling, Gewürztraminer, and things like that. In Canada, they're called ice wine, and they're called ice wine because they're harvested even later than we would in America. They're harvested usually when the temperature reaches a really, really low freezing temperature. And the theory there is you basically take these globs of frozen grapes and you put them into a vat and you crush them just like you would suck the juice out of a popsicle, leaving just the ice, and you throw that away and you keep that lovely concentrated sugar, and that's what they like to do in Canada. Enniskillen is my favorite, and that's that one that we just talked about. The difference between these late harvest and sugars and sauternes is that sauternes are usually from France, and they usually contain a Semillon and a Riesling, but they don't hold them in the vineyard nearly as long. So they end up with about 6% residual sugar. That's how much sugar is left in the bottle after everything's been done with it. Versus America and Canada and Germany usually have much higher sugars. They'll be in about 20%. So with these guys, you can figure it out. Kind of easy to do. They have, they call it bricks at harvest, which is how much sugar is actually there. This bottle, for instance, has 36%. And then they have alcohol, obviously, it's wine. And they have a low alcohol. These are at 10%. So you figure 10% takes about 20% of your sugar at harvest, and that leaves you with about 16% residual sugar. That's it for our math test today, and we'll move on. In any event, when you think about these wines in different parts of the world, they're all flavorful. They all come up with this nice caramelized flavor. They don't have to be aged in a special cellar or anything like that, because it's kind of like honey in Egypt. You know, it lasts forever in those pyramids. It never gets oxidized. And the same thing with the late harvest. It doesn't have to be at the perfect temperature to come out just extremely sweet and sour. So next time you're at a restaurant or something like that, and you get on your list and you see that you can get a cognac or a sherry and try to impress your friends, really throw in a little bit of a loop and try a late harvest. It's a lot of fun. And now I get to try it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Cheers.